in the Vivekachudamani of Shankaracharya, in the 300th verse, he says, Ahankara grahan muktaha swarupam upapadyate chandravad vimalaha purnaha sadanandaha swayam prabha. When a person is freed from the hold, graha, of ahankara, egoism, when a person is freed from the hold or the clutches of ahankara, then that person swarupam upapadyate. That person understands one's true nature, one's real nature, Atman, Brahman, or the fact that one is the child of God. That person understands. So, why is a person unable to understand this reality? Because that person is pulled by ego. That person is under the influence of ego, ahankara graha. In Sanskrit, the word graha means holding on to, the hold or clutch. But graha also means eclipse. There is a lunar eclipse, there is the solar eclipse. So here the example is given of the lunar eclipse. When moon is covered, and so you cannot see the moon. But once that eclipse is freed, then you can see the moon. Similarly, we are not able to understand our true nature because it is covered by egoism. It is covered by ego. That is why we are unable to see our true nature. So, the goal of spiritual life is to destroy this ego. And what do? We instead develop this ego. Instead of destroying this ego, we develop this ego. So, like if there is a festival, we go to temples, we do worship, and then we tell one another that, oh, today is festival, so I went to the temple and I performed worship. We become very proud of that. So the very purpose of going to the temple and performing worship is lost. The purpose was to destroy your ego, but your ego becomes bigger and bigger. Here Shankaracharya says that unless you give up this ego, unless you are freed of this ego, it is impossible that you will attain God realization or the realization of one's own self. And also, you will not be able to stop suffering in your life, because unless you understand your true nature, the suffering will not end. So, here, Chandravat Vimalaha Purnaha. Just like the moon, once it is freed from eclipse, is Vimalaha, without any impurity. It is pure, Purnaha, and complete, and Sadanandaha, and it is full of bliss, and Swayam Prabhaha, self-luminous. It is self-revealing. Nobody needs to put any light on that to see. So, Atman will be like that. Your true nature will be revealed once you give up this ego. So, once you give up attachment to your body and mind, once you give up attachment to your individuality, once you are freed from the clutches of egoism, then your true nature, which is pure, which is full, and which is full of bliss, and which is self-luminous, that will automatically reveal itself. So what we have to do is we have to give up our ego. But in our daily lives, we always just keep on emphasizing our ego. We keep on increasing our ego. When we study, we say, I have studied so much. When we work, we say that I work here, I work there. So every time you are only increasing your ego. And with that, you can attain nothing. You are going deeper and deeper in the mud. Like Sri Ramakrishna gave this wonderful imagery. A fisherman goes into the goes to the river to catch fish. He throws the net, and then there are the big fish which cannot be caught in the net, and there are the small fish which go from the holes of the net. So they also cannot be caught. Then there are some middle-sized fish which are caught in the net. And what do? They stay inside the net, but then they go inside the mud of the river bed. And then they think, now we are free. So that is what all of us are doing. We are getting deeper and deeper into attachment, and we are thinking, oh, now I am very happy. But you are not actually happy. You are going deeper and deeper into suffering. Because that mud, below that mud, the net is there. And the fisherman comes and pulls the net, and with mud and everything, the fish comes out. So, similarly, you think, I have now a big house, and I have this, I have that, and I have also gone to the temple, and I have prayed to God, so I have covered everything. So, I have got this world also, the other world also. Nothing is going to happen. Why? Because you have nothing, because you have ego. So, the very fact that you are ego, full of ego, will destroy whatever you have got. Even whatever you learn will not stay with you because of ego. The moment you have ego, you will forget everything whenever you need that. Yo va pure soham iti pratitah buddhya praklipta tamasati mudhaya tasyaiva nishesha taya vinashe brahmatma bhavah pratibandha shunyah. Yo va pure soham saha ahamiti pratito buddhya praklipta tamasa ati mudaya. So, tamasa ati mudaya, it is deluded by tamas, by ignorance. It is deluded by ignorance. What is avidya? What is deluded by ignorance? The thing which has been created by buddhi, the appearance of this world which has been created by buddhi, universe. It has been created by buddhi. It's just an imagination. Pratitah. So that which has been created by buddhi, buddhya, and that is deluded. It is full of ignorance, avidya. And yova pure, in this body, pura means body. In this body, that which has been identified as saha ahamiti, that I am this. So I am this. What am I? I am this body. We identify wrongly with this body. And so, yova pure saha ahamiti. So I identify that which has been identified with this body, and that which has been wrongly created, imagined by my buddhi or intellect. That is how praklipta tamasa. It is covered, it is deluded, it is confused by avidya, by ignorance. By ignorance. It is all very good to listen to Sri Ramakrishna's Kathamrita, or to listen to Swami Vivekananda's teachings, or to listen to Holy Mother Sarada Devi's teachings, or to listen to the scriptures, or also to read these books. It is all very good, but to practice, it is very difficult. Why difficult? Because we don't want to practice. Nothing is difficult. Telling truth, what is the difficulty in that? Just tell truth, but nobody wants to tell truth. Why? Because everybody wants to live in a comfortable way. That means everybody wants to think that I am this body, I am the mind. Nobody wants to give up anything. So it is difficult. Nothing is difficult. You spend so much time and effort and money and everything in chasing things of the world. You want to get a good house, you want to get a good spouse, you want to get a good job, etc. So we do this in world, but we don't want to discipline our mind. Why? Because we want to be comfortable. What is that? That doesn't mean anything. We also don't know. If somebody is asked, what do you mean by a comfortable life? Nobody knows. But we are chasing these things. Why? Because you don't want to lose what you think you are. So you think you are this body and the mind. You will rather die thinking that you are the body and the mind, but you will not give that idea, that wonderfully foolish idea, for a better idea, because you don't think that you are something other than body and the mind. So this is the power of avidya, ignorance. Most of us, we think we are so intelligent, but maximum people, living beings in the world, are all ignorant. Why? That is why you suffer. Even a plant, you see, if you plant a tree in a place where there is no light, that tree will grow in such a way that it will go towards light. If you plant a tree in a place where there is less of water, it will grow in such a way that it will find a source of water. So we think we are intelligent, more intelligent than trees, but we are not. We are foolish people. Because you are told since childhood, you know that okay, if I speak truth, I will be happy, but you will not. You know that this is the life which will give me less and less of suffering, but you will not go for that life. You will go only for that life which will give you more suffering. Why? Because you think by doing that you will get some happiness. So most of the people are stupid, foolish people, more stupid than even trees. That is the reality. So here that's what is told. Tamasa ati mudaya means, muda means foolishness or delusion. Ati mudaya means extreme delusion or extreme stupidity. So what are the human beings doing? They are extremely stupid. It is like miserly people. Maybe they have 10 crore rupees in their bank account, but they don't eat anything. Why? If you eat, money will be spent. They may have so much money, but they will not go anywhere. They will not spend the money. Why? If you spend it, then it will get reduced. So this is the kind of situation most of the human beings suffer. You have been given such a wonderful opportunity. You are human beings, but you will not use it. Why? Because I will lose my personality. Anyway, you are going to lose. One day you will die and everything will go away. Tasyaiva nisheshataya vinashe. And when that egoism is destroyed, the egoism which thinks that I am this body, when that egoism is destroyed, then Brahma Atma Bhavaha Pratibandha Shunyah. One attains Atma Bhavaha. One attains complete identification with Brahman, with the ultimate reality, with God. So one becomes one with God. Pratibandha Shunyah. And there is no obstacle. There is no pratibandha. There is no obstruction. Shunya. There is no obstruction. So you become one with God. That is what happens. When that happens, when you give up the idea, nisheshataya, completely, without any trace, you give up the idea that pure saha ahamiti, that I am this body. When you give up this idea that I am the body, only then you get this Brahma Atma Bhavaha. Why should one realize God? Why should one realize that you are the Atman? Because only then you will be able to transcend suffering. Only then you will be able to conquer suffering. Only then there will be no suffering in your life. But till you think that you are the body, you will have suffering. Brahmananda Nidhi Mahabalavata Ahankara Ghorahina Samveshtyatmani Rakshyate Gunamahi Chandaistribhi Mastakaihi Vijnana Akhya Mahasina Shrutimata Vichidya Sirshatrayam Nirmulya Ahim Imam Nidhim Sukhakaram Dhiraha Anubhoktum Shamaha. Brahmananda Nidhi. So this is a nidhi. This is a treasure. What is the treasure? Of Brahma Ananda. The bliss of Brahman or Atman. The bliss of your true nature. That is the treasure. Sri Ramakrishna gives one example. Suppose there is a thief and that the thief knows that the next room is full of gold. Suppose the thief is sleeping in one room and knows that the nearby room, adjacent room is full of gold. Will that thief get sleep? No. Because that thief wants gold. So why do we suffer? Because we want to suffer. If somebody is going and telling that, oh, I have a way by which you can get rid of suffering, people will not listen to that person. Nobody listens to that person. Because in this world, Buddha came. More than 2500 years ago, Buddha came and said that there is suffering in this world and there is the way out of suffering. And I have found out the way. How many people followed? Nobody. Very few people followed. And Buddha, who did not talk about any religion, who did not talk about whether God exists or not, now if you go to any Buddhist monastery, you will see huge statues of Buddha and it is worshipped. So it is not. So it is very easy when you say that in Buddhism it is not done, it is easy because you think that they don't know, we know. No, all of us are fools, equally fools. Why? Afterwards Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and said that I have found the way. Just tell the name of God and you will get free from suffering. How many people followed? Nobody followed. Then recent past, Sri Ramakrishna came. He said the goal of human life is God realization. How many people followed? Nobody followed. Now that Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission is there, and there are so many branches of Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission, so people come, most of the people come to Ramakrishna Mutt and Ramakrishna Mission with an idea that if we go there, we will be connected with a huge organization, and if we want to go on tour, we want to travel, then we can stay in their guest houses. That is the idea. Nobody wants God. Nobody wants to get rid of suffering. Because you are like that fish which covers itself in mud and thinks I am very happy. For one moment also you cannot think a life apart from your husband, your wife, your children, your family or your building. So what is the use? You cannot give up even one small life for the sake of God. Do you think it is so easy to get rid of suffering? So people say, I want to make money. Why are you not able to make money? Nobody is making money because they put all the effort and still they can't. No. You are not able to make money because you have not tried at all. You have not put any effort. Everyone wants to be very successful. How? I will not do anything. I will keep quiet and then success should come and knock at my door and I will, if I am free, I will say, okay, please come. Let me be successful. It doesn't happen like that. So if you are not successful, if you are miserable, it is because of you that you are miserable. That is why Swamiji came and said that you see, people say that there is somebody sitting in the heaven. Oh, eta amar Kopal. People don't understand. In Bengali they say, Amar Kopal. What does it mean? When you say Amar Kopal, what does it mean? Nobody is sitting in the heaven and writing your Kopal. It is you who has written in the previous lifetimes or even in this very life. You have done some stupid things for which you are suffering. You have done some good things for which you are getting some reward. So that Swamiji said that one is the maker of one's own destiny. This is not that somebody is sitting above and writing. But even that we cannot understand. We cannot, Swamiji said it in plain English, plain Bengali, but we cannot understand that. Why? Because we will not understand. Not that we cannot, we are intellectually incapable of understanding. We don't want to understand. So even if you are not progressing materially, it is because of your failure. It is because of you have not done anything. That is why Swami Brahmanji said that if you do spiritual practices and you are not getting rid of suffering, or if you don't get any improvement in 4 years, come and slap me. Come and slap me. So in Sri Krishna says in Gita that it is impossible that there will be no improvement, and whatever you do will not go waste. Even if you do little spiritual practice, that will not go waste. So this Brahmananda Nidhi, this treasure of the bliss of Brahman, this treasure of the joy of Brahman, which has no suffering. Usually there is joy, there is suffering. Happiness, suffering. But this joy has no suffering. That is Mahabalavata, Ahankara Gora Ahina. This has been covered. This has been Samveshtya. It has been coiled. It has been encircled. By what? Ahina. By a Ghora Ahina, which is a very dreadful, very terrible serpent or snake. So this Brahmananda Nidhi, usually if you have read fairy tales, etc., you will see, or even in the recent Harry Potter, you will see that there is some treasure and then there will be some snake guarding the treasure. So there is this treasure of Brahmananda, of the bliss of Brahman. And who is guarding it? Ahankara Ghora Ahina. It is being guarded by the terrible, Ghora, terrible, dreadful snake of Ahankara. And it is also not only terrible, but it is Mahabalavata. It is also very strong, very powerful. You cannot simply cut it or fight. So it has got its huge snake is there and it is guarding this treasure of joy of Brahman. And how it is guarding? Samveshtya. It is guarding it by coiling it. By the treasure is in between and the serpent of Ahankara has coiled it, covered it, and it is sitting there like this. And now maybe not one hood, maybe there are some 1,000 hood like that, and it is coming. So that is the idea. Why? Because of Ahankara, because of egoism, you are unable to understand your true nature. And Atmani Rakshyate, it is guarding. Here the word is used, guarding. But what does it mean? Guarding means that is a good thing, that nobody should see this. But you are yourself unable to understand your own true nature, Brahman. So it is guarding or preventing you from seeing that. So it is coming as an obstruction between you and your true nature. Your true nature is this Brahmananda, this joy of Brahman. But this snake of egoism is guarding that. It is not allowing you to see your true nature. Gunamayi. And it is full of three guna. Tribihi. Chandaihi. Tribihi Mastakai. It has got three heads. It has got three heads. What are the three heads? They are the gunas. We have three gunas. Rajoguna, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. Sattva-guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. So these are the three heads of that snake which is guarding your true nature. What is that snake? It is egoism. So that egoism snake is very strong and that it has got three heads, that is Rajoguna, Sattva-guna, Rajoguna and Tamoguna. And who can cross this snake with three heads? Vijnana Akhya Mahasina Shrutimata Vichidya Shirshatrayam. Shirshatrayam. These three heads can be Vichidya, can be cut. Shirshatrayam, Vichidya. These three heads can be cut. How? Shrutimata. By following the teachings of scriptures. Shruti. Shruti means that which has been propagated by Shruti, Shravana, by hearing. That means by oral tradition. That are the four Vedas. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda and Atharva Veda. They have been transmitted across generations by word of mouth. So Shruti, these Shrutis, so whatever teaching is written in those Vedas, those teachings, if you follow, Shruti Mata, Vijnana Akhya Mahasina. And then you have the Vijnana, the discrimination. You have the discrimination. How? By realizing your true nature. So Vijnana means realization. So you have this realization. Vijnana Maha Asina, the sword. There is a sword. It's a great sword. Sword of what? Realization. So using the sword of realization, you can cut these three heads of Sattva, Raja and Tama of this great and terrible snake of egoism. And then Nirmulya ahim imam ahim nirmulya. Once that nirmulya, the snake has become without any root, means the snake has been destroyed. Once the snake has been destroyed, then sukha karam nidhim dhiraha anubhoktum kshamaha. The dhira, the person with wisdom, person who is wise, or with patience, perseverance, that person who is a wise person, dhira, that person becomes capable of enjoying anubhoktum shamaha, can enjoy this treasure, this sukhakaram nidhim, this treasure which gives sukha, means bliss. There is no dukkha in this sukha. There is only sukha. Sukha karam nidhim. This treasure can give bliss. That treasure, anubhoktum kshamaha, becomes capable, kshamaha, to enjoy, anubhoktum, to enjoy this treasure which will give bliss. So to enjoy that treasure, what you have to do? You have to realize your true nature. How will you realize the true nature? By killing the great snake and terrible snake of egoism. How will you kill that great snake? By killing these three qualities of sattva, raja and tamas. So what is sattva and rajas and tamas? Tamas is inertia. Tamas is inertia. If you see a saintly person, that person will not be so much, Sri Ramakrishna tells. You can find it in the Kathamrita, in the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He says that a person who is very saintly, always thinking of God, if you go to that person's house or room, you will see that things are all kept properly, but not so, they are not very spick and span and all that. It will be like that. But if you go to that is a person who is in tamoguna, that person's room also will be dirty. That person's clothes also will be dirty. But how do you know that whether this person is tamasic or sattvic? Opposites look alike. So in the light spectrum, infrared is the lower range. You cannot see. Ultraviolet also is the other end, the higher range. You cannot see. Both you cannot see. But does not mean that both are same. Similarly, tamoguna may look like sattva-guna, but it is not like that. Somebody is coming and beating you and you say, okay. You are not saying okay because you don't feel any violence. Your mind is boiling, but you know you cannot do anything. You are afraid. You are a coward, and that is why you are not telling anything. So that is not non-violence. So Swamiji said, this country needs some activity. So he said, get up from your sleep and start doing any work or something. So here if you see something wrong, people will be, हाँ चलता है, हाँ किया करा जाएगा, एरकम ही थाकबे. So if you go to Kolkata or any other city in India, something is going wrong, and people will be, everybody will, thousands and lakhs of people are using the same service, nobody will open their mouth. Why? Because you are all like that, stupid people. And outside India, if something wrong happens, the person will shake the whole system. One man or one woman will shake the whole system. So Swamiji said, let some activity be there. So that activity is Rajoguna. So in the previous verses, Shankaracharya said that this Tamoguna has to be conquered by Sattva-guna and Rajoguna. And then finally, Sattva-guna and Rajoguna have to be conquered by, Rajoguna has to be conquered by Sattva-guna. And then Sattva-guna also has to be conquered by wisdom, discrimination. So even being very calm, etc., balance will not help you attain the knowledge of Brahman. You have to go beyond that. So once you cut all these gunas, once you cross all these gunas, then you will be able to realize your true self. And what it will be? Nidhim, Sukhakaram Nidhim. It is some treasure which will give you a lot of happiness. So it is like this story of Sri Ramakrishna, that a person was working in the farms and he was connecting, he was digging a canal, small channel from the canal to his fields. And then his wife came and said, please come for taking food. Then he said, no, 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 I will finish it. And then after he finished it in the evening, he says, now bring oil and let me take bath and I will eat food. So what do? We do the opposite. We do the complete opposite. When we are young, we say, oh, now I will study. Then I will marry. Then after marry, I will have kids. And then when you are useful, good for nothing, your body and mind, everything has gone destroyed. Then you will say, oh, now I will go and sit for spiritual. What can you do? In Bengali, there is a wonderful expression which cannot be translated. Godat dim. That only you can do. You can do nothing. So, Godat dim you will do. And you know what is the meaning of Godat dim? You don't know. Godat dim means egg of horse. Means nothing. So, that Godat dim only you can do. You can do nothing. And because you have wasted your whole life in stupid things. And now how can you do? So Sri Ramakrishna says that we have to think opposite. First we have to have that knowledge. First we have to have that knowledge and then you do whatever you want. He says that you get that knowledge and tie it in your cloth and then you do whatever you want. So you will not do whatever you want because when you know that you are not the body and the mind, you will not waste your time going behind body and mind. So you get the knowledge first. So that is what we should do. And then you will be Shamaha, you will be capable of Anubhoktum, you will be capable of attaining this treasure and enjoying peace. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.